It's the weekend wake up on Radio City 96.7. I'm Simon Greedy, joined in the studio today at the top of the Radio City Tower by Joe McElderry. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for getting up early. Post gig.
I'm a morning person, so it's fine.
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm very well. Yes, I've got a little bit of a bad chest, but other than that, I'm grand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you probably were last around about a year ago, off the back of Pop Star to Rock the Star
with the
when
last album.
The classical albums came out, and new album is ready to go in a couple of weeks' time, September 10th.
Here's what I believe, September the 10th. Yeah, the single's out now on iTunes. You can buy it, and the album comes out September the 10th. So it's been about a year. Well, I did the Christmas album, but I mean that was kind of just a last minute thing that we just decided to do for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So I started recording in January. And I've been locked away since then. And they're letting us out again.
No daylight until now.
They're letting us out of jail.
Because this is the crazy thing. You are the first X Factor contestant to get up to album 4.
Shock horror.
No, not like that. But it's incredible that in 8 years of the show, you've released the most albums, and it's not as if you were the first winner way back when. You've been working hard since you were.
Since you did time off. That's that. No, I just enjoy. I could have had a break after the first one. But it kind of just went, after I did the show, it felt right to kind of do one with some material on that I'd done in that show and kind of cover that part of my career. And then the Christmas one just came very naturally. It was just like, why don't we just do a follow-up from Classic? And then I wanted to kind of go away. I spent a bit of time on this one, but didn't go as fast.
Yeah.
So I've had about 7 months of recording and writing, and I've done some writing as well. And I just enjoy singing, so I just think let's just keep banging them out until people get sick.
Because the new album is a mixture of stuff that you've written and you've co-written with other people, but also some songs that you like and some covers on there as well. Yes. So it's kind of like everything, showcasing a bit of everything of Joe McElderry.
It's kind of there's quite a lot of originals on there. I think this is the most originals I've had on an album actually. And it's the first time I've wrote songs for an album. There's 3 of them on there. The first single, Here's What I Believe, is the one I've wrote. And the covers are kind of covers that you probably wouldn't expect us to do.
You seem to have had more success and more fun, and you seem to be now in control of your destiny more since you kind of separated everything with the kind of X Factor. You seem to I get the kind of impression that you're in control of your own destiny now, and you're having more fun getting on with it and kind of doing it yourself. Since the X Factor,
I feel like I've served my apprenticeship, like I've had all the experiences that I needed to have, I think, as an artist to kind of carry forward. I dropped by the first label, signed to another one, did a show that wasn't really something that I thought I would ever do. I record, and I'm 4 albums down, which in a short space of time, I've learnt a lot from each album. You learn things that work, you learn things that don't. I have a new management team that, I changed management last year straight after Pop Star Rock the Star. I just wanted a fresh start, and kind of, as you say, be in control of my own destiny, and that is pretty much, I'm the boss now.
This is Radio City's Weekend Wake Up. Radio City 96.7.
It's the weekend wake up on Radio City 96.7. I'm Simon Greedy, joined in the studio today at the top of the Radio City Tower by Joe McElderry. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for getting up early. Post gig.
I'm a morning person, so it's fine.
Now, we talked earlier about how you've written on the new album. Is that something that you've loved doing, and going forward into album 5 you can see you doing more of?
I was really, really frightened to write. It was a confidence thing. I would never do it. I would always go, I don't really have anything I want to write about. And it was actually my manager, who manages us now, she was like, just try it. Even, just go into the studio, try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You can just scrap it, and we can have people write for you. But try it, because I really think that, because she was like, you always come up with good ideas. She's like, I think you should try it. And I went in, and I came out with this song. And I felt really good about it, but I just thought, the label will just be like, oh God, here he goes, first song, thinks he's the next Adele. But they loved it. They really enjoyed it, and it's on the album. They were like, well, this is the kind of sound we're looking for you, and you've really pinpointed it in your first song. So I'm glad they liked it. But the one thing that I find really strange is that I'm really protective of other songs more than I was of the originals that were written for me.
Yeah.
Because, if somebody's like, I don't like it, I can't blame it on somebody else now.
Yeah. How old are you now?
21.
Do you think you've changed much in the last 3 years?
I've grown up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was a baby, you know, at the time I thought I was an adult, but like every year that I'm growing up now, you realise how much more grown up you are each year, and like I was still so young and I didn't really know what I was doing, a bit like a rabbit in the headlights, but now I have a bit of a laugh with it, and you know, like, I'm not saving lives, like I'm singing songs, and that's the way I look at it now, you know, like, whereas before I'd be like, oh, if I say this in an interview, like, what might happen, like somebody might come and, you know, shout at us.
When you see stuff back, do you like looking back, or is it a little bit, oh my God, look at me? I
cringe watching any performance, because as a performer, you always criticise things. But whenever I do things, and whenever I'm on stage, I always think to myself, in the moment, remember, this is going to be on YouTube. Remember, this is because you always have to think, what are you going to think in 10 years' time? Like, and when I'm wearing an outfit, like, if I'm trying to be a bit daring, like, I've got a friend and she'll be like, remember, like, 10 years' time, are you going to cringe at this?
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking about that, because, you know, like, it is a pretty public platform that I'm working on.
And with everything else that you're kind of like getting up to, and you mentioned it's kind of getting back into very busy time for you. Love life, are you happy at the moment? Are you dating? Are you with somebody? Or is it
a sad state of affairs?
Really?
That's why I have to write about it on a bloody album.
Well, I was going to say, I thought, when talking about how much relationship stuff was on the album, I thought, you're obviously having experiences, or are you just making it all up?
No, I say, it is hard when you're busy, and when you're in a different place all the time. You know, I get asked this question, and I think people think I just lie all the time and say I'm not going out with anybody, but genuinely, I'm single. And that's the way it's probably going to stay for a couple of months, because I just don't have time. You're like, I'm here today, I go to London tomorrow, then I'm in Newcastle one day, then I'm just all over the place. Yeah. So even if I do meet somebody, I'm like, sorry, see you later. I'm off for another couple of weeks.
It's been lovely having you back into Radio City.
You.
Don't leave it as long next time. Good luck with the album and the tour dates, and also the Great North Run.
Thank you.
Right trainers. And we'll speak to you soon.
Yes, thank you for having us.